Today you'll hear the story about my math journey. You'll hear about my positive experiences and my negative ones. First, I will talk about my peak experience in math. When I was younger, I watched the movie Stand and Deliver. In the movie, I learned that a negative times a negative equals a positive. So, then going into my 6th grade math class at St. Robert's School, I was so excited when the teacher taught that a negative times a negative equals a positive. I remember thinking, you know this. This excitement gave me positive energy to do all my integer homework. And I also specifically remember tutoring a girl a few years later who was struggling in integers. Therefore, knowing that I had a strong knowledge of integers made me proud and eager to help others. Unfortunately, I do remember a low point in math. My sophomore year in college, I took a statistics class, and when we got our second exam back, it was the worst grade I ever got on any college exam. I was so mad because I studied pretty hard, and I thought I knew all my stuff, but the exam didn't reflect that. So I went home, and I was just thinking, I'm terrible at statistics. But after a while, I figured I had to get over myself and just keep working at it. And I ended up getting a 4 point in the class, so I guess the bad grade affected me in a positive way. A turning point situation in math. I don't ever remember really loving math when I was growing up. I wasn't great at it, but I didn't struggle. In 7th grade, we got tested to split our class up into 2 different groups. I got placed in the group that went slower. Midway through, my teacher told me that I should have been in the other class and that I would definitely be in there the following year. The next year came and I was so excited. It was an algebra class. One of the first things we learned was about the variable x. I remember being really frustrated and not understanding x, and my dad sat me down at the kitchen table and tried to teach me, but things weren't clicking. I remember thinking, I'm not worthy of being in this class. My dad didn't give up on me, and finally, something clicked. That was the biggest hurdle for me to overcome for algebra, and even though the rest of the year was not without struggle, once I got the variable x, things fell a little bit more into place. One experience I remember was in 3rd grade. I had my name announced over the PA system when I completed my multiplication facts, so that was a really proud moment for me. Then in high school, I struggled with trigonometry during the year, but when it came time for calculus, all the trigonometry made sense. So that was a really good feeling, knowing that I really did actually learn the trigonometry the year before. Then in college, math is hard. I've had some very challenging courses such as higher geometry and abstract math. But I really think I worked hard and I got help when I needed it. The Math Learning Center really came through for me when I was struggling, and it just makes me realize that I really need to help students when they need it because they'll really, really appreciate it. One challenge I face is my confidence in my math ability. A lot of times when I'm faced with a difficult problem or homework assignment, I immediately think I cannot do it. I deal with this challenge by taking a step back and realizing that math is just not going to come to me quick. It is a process of problem solving and working for a while to complete the puzzle, if you will. Other people have assisted me in this challenge by giving me the motivation to keep going. This is especially true when I work with classmates on homework. In fact, the other day I started my math assignment and looked at the first couple of problems and said, oh no, I don't know what I'm doing. I decided to meet up with a friend to work on it together. Through the process of working together, I realized I could do it, and we were able to bounce ideas off of each other to figure out the problem. This challenge has affected me to not complete problems on my own. When I was little, I didn't think I could do it, so I would resort in going to my dad, asking for help, getting the answer, and ran along, not caring that I didn't really understand what he did. Overall, my math experience can be thought of as a winding road. While I have had struggles along the way, the path keeps on going because of my work ethic. Some parts of the drive were very memorable, while others were hard and challenging to get through. That is why I find it true that you don't want to go through the drive alone. You need the help from teachers, classmates, and parents. I am very excited to start teaching elementary mathematics. One thing I am afraid of, though, is that I was taught as a young child with a teacher up at the board and the students taking notes and then doing worksheets, and I don't want to teach like that. I want to teach the new way where children problem solve and work in groups and it's very hands-on, but I'm worried that I won't be able to cover all of the glicks. One positive thing that I'm very hopeful for is that I will teach my students the why behind their math, so they know what they're doing. So math is not just a series of steps, but it's problem solving and reasoning and all of that good stuff. So now you've heard my math story, and